K. Sharma, who is a renowned surgeon around the world, has over 40 years of experience in the field of urology, and who headed the Department of Urology in one of the most premier medical institutes in India, that is Postgraduate Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, Chandigarh.
Welcome back, Dr. Sharma. Today we are discussing kidney stones. With the hectic lifestyle that individuals are leading today, the incidence of kidney stones in general public has increased. So can you give us a little insight into what is the prevalence, causes of kidney stones?
The kidney stones are a worldwide problem, and a person has got 1 in 8 can have a kidney stone in their lifetime. The kidney stones are seen commonly in northwestern parts of India, and the causes of kidney stones can be varied. It can be the kidney stones where we know the etiology of stones. That's a different, and kidney stones where we cannot find the etiology, they're called idiopathic kidney stones. So the known causes of kidney stones are hypercalciuria. That means a person who excretes more than 200 milligrams of calcium in 24 hours has a chance of developing kidney stones. The other cause could be hyperuricosuriya. A person who excretes more than 600 milligrams of uric acid in urine also has a chance. The next is hyperoxaluria. That normally the oxalate level in the blood is 40 milligrams. Anyone who has got more than 40 milligrams gets a chance to develop oxalate stones. The stones in this area are mostly 85 to 90% are calcium oxalate stones. So the rest are infection stones, uric acid stones, or cystine stones. Cystine stones in our country are not seen. I have not seen even one during my lifetime. But about 3 to 5% of the patient could be having uric acid stones. 90%, about 80 to 90% have calcium oxalate stones. If you go into the history of stones etiology in our country, just after partition, they were used to a very high incidence of infection stones. They were because of the poor nutritional status and recurrent urinary tract infections, which could lead to infection stones, or they were also called as struvite stones or triple phosphate stones. Triple means they were made up of calcium, magnesium, and ammonium phosphate, the struvite stones. The other causes of kidney stone could be even hyperparathyroidism can lead to primary hyperparathyroidism leads to calcium oxalate or calcium oxalate and phosphate stones. In northwestern parts of India, extremes of climatic conditions, that's extreme heat, hot conditions, and people who consume less of water, they have a greater chance of developing kidney stones because of crystals of oxalate, calcium, uric acid. If person is taking less of water, there is supersaturation of urine with these crystals, and then such supersaturation leads to crystallization and formation of stones. The various causes of hypercalciuria can be primary hyperparathyroidism, or when there is increased absorption of calcium from intestines, intestinal hypercalciuria, or there is a defective resorption of calcium from the kidney, that's the renal hypercalciuria. And people who have got high uric acid level in the blood, like patients with gout or patients without gout but high levels of uric acid, they can also develop uric acid stones. And cystine stones, as I told you, are hardly seen in our country. But infection stones, which used to be very common in earlier days when the nutritional status of patient used to be poor, then we could see about 10 to 15% of the patients having infection stones, or they were also called struvite stones or triple phosphate stones, like calcium, magnesium, ammonium phosphate. The infection stones are usually due to infection by urea splitting organism like Proteus. People who consume food rich in oxalate,
Such as?
they can develop hyperoxaluria.
So that was in detail about the causes of kidney stones. So could you tell us a bit about how the patient with kidney stones presents?
The patients with kidney stones usually present with pain, which is in the flank or may be referred to the back, and sometimes even referred to the urinary bladder. And it is usually colicky. Colicky means the patient gets such severe pain when he cannot sit, he cannot lie, and usually it is accompanied by nausea, vomiting, and sometimes even the pain could also be accompanied by blood in the urine, that's hematuria. Sometimes the kidney stones may be associated with urinary tract infection. In that case, the patient gets pain in the flank, there may be fever associated with chills and rigors, and if the patient is diabetic, diabetics are more prone to have urinary tract infection, and sometimes they can also have kidney stones. The kidney stones, when they are present in the kidney, they cause obstruction to the flow of urine, and if they are in the pipe of the kidney, again they can cause obstruction. And if infection gets into that, and if you don't start appropriate antibiotics in time, they can develop pyelonephrosis. That's called pus in the kidney, which becomes an emergency situation.